Hi guys, welcome back for another movie review, and today we are going to review the most hated Godzilla movie that ever made in the late 90s. That's right guys, Godzilla 1998. And let me tell you about this film. It's my least favorite Godzilla movie, and it's my favorite monster movie. And I'll tell you now why. Because Godzilla 1998, that was a really fun movie, but I don't look at it as a Godzilla film. I look at it as a kaiju slash monster movie, because I know it's called Godzilla. I know this is called Godzilla, and it's got that Godzilla vibe and the roar and everything, but I look at it as a total different character, a total different monster that is a part of a Godzilla universe, as you can say. And let me tell you what I like. I like the characters, especially I got three favorites. I like the Colonel Hicks, played by Kevin Dunn. Animal, the cameraman, played by Hank as Mirror, something like that. I might look at it at his name at the back. So stay with me, guys. Hank Azaria. So that's it. And Hank Azaria. And also my other favorite is the French guy, played by Reno. That's it. Who's this agent? Want to destroy Godzilla. And I really like the story. The story is really good. I find this film really fun and really entertaining, but it does have flaws in it. I do get what the fans are saying, that this is a bad Godzilla movie. It is, but I don't look at it as a Godzilla movie. In my eyes, I look at it as a monster movie. Like, it's a total different character. Like, yes, like I said, it has got Godzilla designs, some Godzilla designs, and it's raw. But this Godzilla do not run away from the army. He don't lay, he doesn't lay eggs. He doesn't burrow on the ground or anything like that. And this one doesn't breathe fire. Yes, it breathes fire, but it doesn't have the atomic breath like Godzilla usually have. And that sucks, because Godzilla is usually known for his destruction, his total atomic breath. There is a TV series of this Godzilla movie, this one here. Sorry for showing this DVD up close for you guys. All the time. I'm sorry about that. It's based on based on that, but it's a better, but I find it way better than the movie. Like, it understands Godzilla's total traits and everything. Yes, he still burrows. Yes, he runs away from the army. But one thing that this Godzilla didn't got, but the cartoon does, he got the atomic breath, but not the blue version. He got the green one, and that is absolutely great. And I'm really happy they did that for the cartoon. And I love the cartoon. And now back to the film. There's one scene I really doesn't like. Like I said, Godzilla do not lay eggs. Apparently this one lay eggs. Had 200 babies in this. And I'm like, wait. Like while I'm watching this, I'm like, wait, are they ripping off Jurassic Park? But that scene reminds me of the velociraptors from Jurassic Park. Like, if they didn't have that baby scene in that movie, and they kept the film as it is without it, that would be awesome. But that's the thing that everyone doesn't like, and yours truly doesn't like it either. Some characters I find them annoying. Some characters I find interesting. Sometimes I totally likable or not. I really like them characters, like I said. Andre is okay. Matthew Broderick's character, Dr. the Topless, I find him funny character, but interesting. And the army guys, they're like, I don't know, like, don't bother me. But now let me tell you about the story. The story is really how can I say this? Very interesting, but it's way different than the Godzilla mythos. They did a different take on its origins. Instead of Godzilla being awake by a bomb, it got created by the bomb. So basically, this Godzilla, let me get out my camera for you guys. There you go. Technically, he was a marine iguana that got turned into a giant monster that got radiated by a bomb. And while watching that, I was like, okay, that was alright, but it's not like Godzilla. There was I'm not getting into details. The scene goes off basically Godzilla goes on a rampage. He went from Japan, went to the Pacific, the Jamaican. That's how the army went to find Dr. Topless to study and examine the cause on a creature that is terrorizing Jamaica, but is on a path towards New York, basically. So Godzilla head towards New York, as well as the army followed it towards there. And during that time, there were fishing boats got destroyed by Godzilla. There was a Japanese boat got destroyed by it. They were got talked by the French people who were assigned to destroy the creature. Then Godzilla was there at New York, made his arrival there, and he enjoyed part of New York. Then he stayed in New York. Eventually the army try to figure out how to destroy it, but they did a fish trap. So they have a bunch of trucks loaded with fish, and they use the fish as bait for Godzilla to come out. But the trap didn't work because Godzilla is very smart in this, because he doesn't know this is a trap. He doesn't know it's a trap. So the army's waiting to the order. But there's a scene where between Godzilla before Godzilla goes to the trap, Dr. Topless actually got a crowbar and get one of the manholes covers out of the ground, and he eventually saw Godzilla in the ground. In the ground, he was in the manhole. In the manhole, and Godzilla's like bit out something, and then he just burst out of the ground. Then the manhole ground bit actually stopped the topless, and he just stopped there, and he got a camera. He took a camera of Godzilla. Godzilla just pointed his face towards Nick, and Nick was like complete horrified. He was completely terrified what he's seen here, and he told these guys to load the guns, and Godzilla just like roared at him. Then he goes and had that trap, and eventually the army people decided to attack it. So they attacked it. Godzilla just run away, and the army planes just went after it. Godzilla became very smart. Like I said, he's very smart. He hit himself in the building, but he was like toying with the airplanes. One of them think he's in the other building, but he wasn't. He was behind him. He smashed one of them. He bites the other one. Then the other one just like trying to avoid him, like to get away from him. So they eventually got the last one got destroyed. He just jumped, went like that, and the mayor wasn't happy, and Godzilla was like screaming, and there was like the topless were getting samples of blood. He decided that Godzilla was pregnant, but I know it's weird for a male monster becomes, you know what I mean, become pregnant, because that's weird for a male creature. I'm like, what? I'm like, how's this gonna play? Like, how is this gonna work? But Nick went towards the after he examined after there, well, like he found out what Godzilla is. He went towards back to the army base, and he said to them that they have to find that Jordan S, because Godzilla is about to give birth to lots of eggs, and then they were on the TV. Audrey, his ex-girlfriend, she just took the tape took the tape from his tent and she just put it on the news, put on TV, and Nick was dismissed from the army because they blamed him, and Nick wasn't very happy with Andre, and he went in a taxi and tried to go to the airport, but the taxi took him to the airport, took him towards where the French people were, because one of the French people agent actually want him to help them to get rid of Godzilla. So they all worked together to get there. They got to Godzilla's lair, because his lair was in Madison Square Garden. like there's a scene where he burst through out the wall and he just roared. He just ran out because the army set another trap for him. But it's the same trap, but Godzilla actually knew what they're doing. So he's looking at the trap. He's looking at them. Look at the trap again. He's like, really? Not this again? Do you know what? I'm gonna walk away. So he just walked away, and Major went, damn! Like he knows, Godzilla knows. Just that he's smart. So he runs away. A bunch of army helicopters went after him, and Godzilla just went into the river, and the submarines went after him. He just dodging the torpedoes and got rid of them. Then they finally destroy him. But then the topplers, I think his name Philippe, and his men were putting C4s on the edge, because they were finally got into Man's Garden, and they planned to put bombs on the edge because they don't want the edge to hatch. So they bombed it, and they started planning them. One of them actually got hatched, and it was cute, but scary at the same time. They got fish, and they smelled the humans, but they smelled them because their clothes smelled like fish. And this part is like Jurassic Park. The Velociraptors, this part might be off, because Andre and Animal went after them, and they were eventually bumped into them, but Philippe's friends got killed by the babies, and they worked together, and they went towards the old radio station, or the radio control room, to contact the outside that the babies are hatching and they're hungry and they want to try to get rid of them. So they passed on the message, and the message got through, and they decided to blow up Madison Square Garden. So after that, Nick and all actually got ambushed by the babies, and they actually went because they got like 30 minutes or 30 seconds to get out, and they got towards to the entrance, but at the entrance they're full of babies there waiting, and it's on the back. So Philippe actually decided to shoot the lights, and he shoot them, and they all like went aside. So they went towards the entrance, and then then the army just blows up, and well, like there's Audrey and Nick as a reunion, well, not reunion, like they had a makeup. They made up, and they were shirtless, and then you hear Godzilla's growl. Godzilla just pushed through from on the ground, because Godzilla actually survived that submarine attack. Yes, he survived it. And because he faked his death, and then he looked at his babies and he was really upset. And then he went after, he blamed on them, then he went after the main heroes towards Brooklyn Bridge, and then they were in the taxi, but they went to the old bridge. You're not fixed yet, but they went towards the Brooklyn Bridge, and Godzilla wasn't behind them. He was under it, so he burst his head through the bridge, and he just grabbed the taxi, tried to swallow them. So Nick got the wire of the bridge, and he put it up to his gum of his tooth, and Godzilla was angry and he went ah, ah. So he spit out the taxi. Godzilla went after them. They got caught in the Brooklyn Bridge wires, and then the army decided to destroy them. So then they destroyed him. Godzilla just collapsed, and then he eventually dies in the end, because that made Godzilla a coward, because he's not Godzilla. He's Zilla, not Godzilla. And so everyone in New York cheering that he's dead. And then they all went away, and Philippe dropped the film because he didn't want everyone to know what happened. So he just went. Audrey and Nick went. All of them just went. So then we went back toward the Madison Square Garden, and there was an egg in there, remaining egg. One egg in there. And then it hatched and it roared. Then there was a cutscene, there was end credits, and there was this amazing music. That was great. And that's the plot of Godzilla 98. So the story is really cool. I really enjoyed it, but like I said, it's not a Godzilla movie, it's a kaiju movie. And guys, that is the review of Godzilla 1998. Overall, I like this movie. I don't love this movie. I like this movie. It's a really good film. I got mixed feelings for this, but I'd accept it as a monster movie, not a Godzilla movie. And I like the design, but it's not like Godzilla. Godzilla's design is way cooler than that. And oh yeah, I forgot. I watched this film when I was a little kid. I had this film on a VHS with a double feature. That was with Anaconda. And back then I actually loved it, but now by watching it a bit more and more and more, I actually figure out what things I don't really like about it. That baby scene, I don't really like that scene. So yeah. So that Godzilla 1998. So guys, the next film that I'm going to review next, that I wanted to do, I will go back onto the Godzilla movies, but that I'm going to do is King Kong. I know, be like, oh, I've got more King Kong films. King Kong 1976. So I got 3 King Kong films to do next. After I done King Kong 1976, then I'm gonna do King Kong vs Godzilla, then King Kong Escapes, then King Kong 2005. That's 4 King Kong movies. And after that, after I've done the King Kong Godzilla films, I'm gonna do one of my favorite sci-fi movies, and that is Starship Troopers. So that's what I'm gonna do after I've done that. So yeah. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay awesome. Bye.